Good morning, Mr. Fikens.
Good morning, Mr. Reed.
Oops, yeah, I am.
I got a screwed up screen. I'm gonna have to re-log on. I'll be right back. There we go. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Miss Wilson.
Good morning, Miss Wilson.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you both?
Good, thank you.
Good.
Is
How are
this
you
Good
doing?
Friday, Miss Wilson?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Fikens, have you talked to Attorney Rosenthal about Tuesday?
Yes, I texted or emailed him. Sent him the list that we have, asking for offers on those matters.
Good, good.
I believe, Mr. Reed, there's a new intake as well.
Okay, I'll do it. Oh, I see that from
To see.
Mr. Griffin.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
All right, good morning, everyone. 36th District Court is now in session. I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and I am serving as the presiding judge on this morning. Y'all, it's Friday, and it has been a week here in specialty court, so I'm so happy that it is Friday. So we are going to get started on this morning. Let's start by having the attorneys place your appearance on the record and then let the court know if you have any preliminary matters for my consideration. You may proceed.
Yes, Judge, thank you, and good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court Vet Court Defense Attorney, P 23863. Judge, if I may, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Reed. Good morning to you, and your motion is granted.
Good morning, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P 31894, Specialty Court Defense Attorney, and I would make a similar motion.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fikens, and your motion is granted. Any preliminary matters from the attorneys?
Yes, Judge, I've been informed that we have a new intake this morning, being presented by Mr. Griffin. If that person is in the courtroom, I'd like to go into a breakout room, or whenever the person is available, I'd like to go into a breakout room. I believe the last name is Rowe, R-O-W-E.
All right. Mr. Griffin, your client has not appeared yet. They are coming in person. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. I talked to her this morning. She's dropping her kids off at school, so she'll be here. She'll be here shortly.
All right, wonderful. So we'll get that conference room set up for her so that Mr. Reed can go in with her as soon as possible.
Okay.
All right. And then it should be noted that, good morning, Ms. Cleveland, that Mr. Patricola is physically in the courtroom on this morning. Mr. Griffin, place your appearance on the record for me.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brian Griffin, Drug Court Case Manager on behalf of the Probation Department.
All right, good morning, Mr. Griffin. And then Ms. Cleveland, place your appearance on the record. Ms. Cleveland is physically in the courtroom.
Thank you, Your Honor. Toshi Cleveland, case manager for specialty court.
All right, thank you. And good morning, Ms. Cleveland. All right, give me just 1 second, team, just 1 second. Officer, if you could mute me for 1 second, please. Good morning. Are you good? All right, we are back in session. Mr. Griffin or Ms. Cleveland, are there any preliminary matters for the court?
No, for me, Your Honor.
Okay,
Good morning, Your Honor. I don't think so. I think I'm just waiting for the one person that should be coming in person. She was informed, Ms. Williams, to come in, Williams Taylor, but I'm not sure. She's not here just yet.
okay, very good. Thank you. All right, let's do it. I am ready on Mr. Murray. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
How are you this morning?
Fine, I'm fine. Happy it's Friday as well.
I'm so happy it's Friday. I don't know what to do with myself. Listen, this has been a week problem solving court, and there's never a dull moment. How about that? And it's never 9 to 5 when the freaky stuff happens, right? Yes, when the freaky stuff happens. All right, very good. All right. And so, Mr. Murray, let me place your case number on the record. I have 222-80129. State your full name for me.
James Murray.
All right, Mr. Murray, you're doing well. You're in phase 2. I've not received any complaints or any concerns or any issues from your case manager. Is there anything that you need to enlighten the court about?
Oh, yeah.
Nothing?
Nope.
All right, very good. Mr. Thornton, please mute yourself. All right, very good. So we had a holiday. I have not seen you since that holiday. I want to know what you did and how you did. Ms. Mathis, put on some clothes to come to my courtroom. Mr. Murray?
For Labor Day, I went to my mother and father's house. And I saw my grandmother. My mother cooked, and I actually did some work on Labor Day too, if you could imagine. It was a nice, relaxing Labor Day, and I needed the extra day to kind of catch up because things have been pretty busy lately. So I enjoyed my holiday. I didn't go to any major events or anything like that. I just spent time with the family.
All right, very good, very good. No issues, no concerns during the holiday with testing or anything?
Nothing of that nature. The holiday doesn't change the rules of engagement. It's still just, got to treat it just the same. That's not a day off from what I have to do.
All right, Mr. Murray, since you've been with us, what reconnections or activities have you built into your life since you've been in this program? Reconnections and or activities?
I know that since I've been in the program, I have definitely decided to spend more time with my family. I don't think it was something that I consciously did, but I've noticed that since joining sobriety court, my relationship with my parents has definitely improved. And also the friends that were close to me. I want to be around people that were positive influences. Let's put it that way. So I reconnected with individuals who would help me during this journey from my time in sobriety court that would support me and not, put me in any poor positions.
All right, wonderful. That's good. It's important that and this is for all of our participants, as you're in the program, that you build in reconnections. Because sometimes when we're doing our own thing, right, we disconnect from people that we know will hold us accountable. Or sometimes they disconnect from us because they tired of our mess, right? They tired of our drama. And so it's important that as you're going through the program, that you establish or you reestablish some healthy connections, whether it's family members, acquaintances, or what have you, but healthy. And as Mr. Murray said, they're going to be supportive of what you're doing, because you don't want to reconnect with folks that's going to lead you down a rabbit hole, right? You want to connect with folks that are going to say, hey, you got to do the right thing. So certain things we're not going to invite you to, or we're not going to offer to you or expose you to, because we know the journey that you're on. So that's wonderful. So I want everybody to give some thought about that this morning, because that's our question for the morning. What are the reconnections or new activities that you have built into your life since you've started or since you have been in our specialty court? All right. Thank you, Mr. Murray, for sharing that. Do you have any questions or any concerns that you need to share with the team?
No questions or concerns at this point, Your Honor. Just looking forward to keep progressing through the program.
All right. Are you enjoying that restricted license?
Very much so. I wanted to not mention, but yes, that has also helped with my reconnection, and the license has definitely has changed my outlook on the whole process. It's made it so it's not as so much of a negative connotation with going through probation, going through court. I mean, it was always like, something that was in my face, like, man, I can't do this, can't do that. But being able to just go to work and back and, to go to my meetings and back has really changed my outlook on the whole situation, made the process seem more smooth, to put it in the simplest terms. And work-wise has also allowed me to kind of start to, I guess, expand and do more activities that would help benefit my job. Before, I could just get dropped off to one place, dropped off back. I couldn't really, my hands were tied. I couldn't do too much. But now I've been able to network, to say the least, and meet clients, meet people, and things of that nature. So yes, I've enjoyed the restricted license and treat it with extreme care.
All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. All right, Mr. Griffin.
Your Honor, Mr. Murray is in compliance. He's in phase 2 of a 5-phase program. No problems. He continued with counseling, meetings, drug testing. No problems with drug testing. As you stated, he does have a restricted license. No infractions. He's in compliance with the restricted license. So we're just getting acclimated to, he was just recently promoted to phase 2. So we just get acclimated into things in phase 2. So soon we'll be looking at community service, alcohol, highway safety, arms program at the different classes. But other than that, Your Honor, he's in compliance.
All right, wonderful. Anything from the attorneys as to Mr. Murray?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Good report, Mr. Murray. Keep up the good work. You're doing a great job. We're proud of you, and be proud of yourself, sir. Thank you, and be safe.
Thank you, sir.
And Your Honor,
All right.
I'll say this quickly because I have a bad connection. I'll try to fix it. But Mr. Murray, you are doing a great job. We are very proud of you. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Attorney Fikens. Thank you.
All right. With that, Mr. Griffin, what's next for Mr. Murray?
Your Honor, he'll be coming out, have a face-to-face with me on September 30th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m.
All right, very good. And in phase 2, you all will work on goals. Is that right as well, Mr. Griffin?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. All right, Mr. Murray, if no questions, I'm going to thank and excuse you for the day, sir. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks, okay?
Thank you. Enjoy your weekend as well. I look forward to seeing you then.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. All right, let's go to Mr. Reddit and then we'll do Mr. Patricola. I have for Jonathan Reddit, case number 210-01821. Good morning, Mr. Reddit.
Good morning, Judge.
How are you this morning?
I'm okay. I'm home with my daughter. They had one of those COVID positive emails in her class, so I'm just taking the safety precautions and keeping her home from school today to monitor her. It was her teachers who have the COVID, not the kids. So obviously that's close contact for every kid in the grade. So I'm just trying to be safe.
Yeah, okay. Well, I hope that she's all right and I hope that you're safe and just you'll get her tested and all that good stuff, right?
Absolutely, for sure.
Okay, very good. And thank you for keeping her home and you staying home. I appreciate that. I tell people all the time, there are folks walking around with COVID, either know they have it or just won't test, and they're spreading it. And so when you know you've had contact or you have had it, even if you're asymptomatic, stay home, quarantine, so that everybody else can be safe. Everybody should be vaccinated, but even if you're vaccinated, there are people still getting sick with COVID. And it,
Right.
and it's not always working out well for them. So thank you, Mr. Reddit, for being globally conscious. I appreciate that. I truly do. All right. What's been going on with you?
Just work, working the kids. That's pretty much what I heard you ask a question about what we did for the holiday. We just hung out with each other. I mean, it was, me and the kids kicked it and enjoyed their long weekend from school. School's back in, so everything has been a little bit busy. Single dad life over here, so homework and studying and et cetera, et cetera. So they keep me busy, but I enjoy every moment of it, though.
All right, very good. No issues with that holiday?
No, we stayed at home. We didn't even do it. We didn't even do anything.
Oh, okay. I hear you. All right. All right. And so you heard me ask earlier about what are some reconnections and or activities that you've added to your life since you've been with us in specialty court?
It's off the top of my head, I know that I have re-engaged myself back into church with my pastor so much. Not like physically going every time because some people go to church every day of the week. I can't afford to do that. But
Okay.
but like
I understand it. I can't afford it either. But go ahead.
but he has like Morning Glory on his Facebook Live channel, and I get into that Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I paid a lot more attention to it, just trying to improve my relationship. Everybody has their own relationship, and I'm just trying to improve mine. And I think that it's positive. Whenever you go through something in life, you always need a word. So I can give my word, and the kids enjoy it too when they're home, or they think that our pastor is comical, but he's a live wire, but but we enjoy it, and I enjoy it, and I think that more than anything, that has been one of the things I re-engaged in, just put more focus on.
All right, very good. That's a great reconnection or re-engagement. Very good. All right. Have you had any difficulties, any challenges, any struggles that you need us to help you navigate?
Just everyday life raising a teenager, but that's just, I don't believe that that's anything other than the bumps and bruises of life, and we trying to just get through it, and I'm trying to navigate it as a dad, and trying to do the best I can, really.
Well, if I can encourage you, they do get past it. They do grow up. They do eventually, and you will learn that the hard heads, that you'll figure out that they were listening. They may have pretended that they weren't listening, but as they get older, you'll start seeing that, wait a minute, they were listening to me. So hang in there, be encouraged, keep talking, keep fussing, keep being in their business, all of that good stuff. They will appreciate you for it later. They will. They will appreciate it.
I'm definitely still in the hunt, as they say. So, you know.
Yes, sir. That's good. Very good. All right, Mr. Griffin, what's going on with Mr. Redditt?
Your Honor, Mr. Redditt is doing fine. Mr. Redditt also is in phase 2 of a 5-phase program. Continued treatment, continued tests. Our tests have been negative. Employee stable employment. He do have to come to us to get the restricted license. So me and him did discuss that. So when he's ready, we'll go forward with that. But other than that, he did make a $250 payment towards his cost and fees. And so he's in good standing, Your Honor. No problems at this time with Mr. Redditt.
All right, wonderful, Mr. Fikens.
Yes, Judge, I'd just like to say, Mr. Redditt, you make us all proud as a good dad. You make all of us men look good, at least for a little while. So we appreciate that.
Appreciate
you.
There you go. All right, very proud of you, Mr. Redditt. You're doing it. And I love that every time you come on, you remind us of your children. You never know who's watching. Encourage some father that thinks he can't do it by himself or as a single father. You are doing it. You are employed. You are a good person. You're taking care of business. You added something extra to your plate. You're not belly aching about it. You rolled up your sleeves. You're working it. You're making the best out of what could potentially be perceived as a bad situation. And so I applaud you, Mr. Redditt. You're an encouragement.
I appreciate that. Try my best.
Yes, sir. All right. Mr. Griffin, what's next?
Your Honor, Mr. Redditt will be coming back on September 30th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m. for a face-to-face.
All right. Mr. Redditt, did you get that? One more time, Mr. Griffin.
Your Honor, September 30th, 2022, 10:35 a.m. for a face-to-face.
All right. Very good. You get that, Mr. Redditt?
Got it.
Redditt. All right. Very good. All right. I want you to have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. I hope things work out with your daughter. Continue to take good care of yourself and your kids, okay?
Thank you so much. You too. You have a good weekend, all of you.
Thank you. All right. Take care. Bye-bye. All right. Very good. Let's go to Mr. Patrick Cola, who is in the courtroom, and then we'll go to Mr. Thornton. You're next on deck. So don't disappear, because if I don't see you, I don't call your case. All right, Mr. Patrick Cola, I have for you case number C2. Who has Mr. Patrick Cola?
That's my case, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. C211336A. Mr. Patrick Cola, please state your full name for me.
Vincent Patrick Cola.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm fantastic. I feel great.
All right, very good. So you did a holiday as well?
Oh, yeah. I just mainly relaxed Sunday and Monday, had a couple days off, so it was really nice. Got caught up on my laundry and all the stuff I hadn't been doing during the week. It was nice to catch up and relax.
All right, did you have any issues?
No, none.
No issues?
None, zero.
All right, well, you heard my question this morning tell us about any reconnections or activities that you've added to your life since you've been in the program.
AA, Your Honor, that's made a big difference in my life. Just having the support system that's there and people who care about you and discuss problems and things. And we help each other, which is a really nice thing. And people call in from my meetings, if I miss a meeting or whatever, they say, hey, how are you doing? You okay? I'm like, yeah, I'll be there tomorrow or the next day. So I have a nice interaction with everybody and we all have a good relationship.
Wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. Very glad to hear that. All right, is there anything that you're struggling with? Anything you're having an issue with and you need our assistance?
I just need to slow down. That's only something I can do.
Okay. All right. Well, only you know what that looks like, right? The need to slow down.
Yeah, sometimes it needs to happen. And
I'm gonna put that in my notes. Need to slow down. I'm gonna say, and that's what he said.
These little legs run fast, Your Honor.
They do. All right. Well, just make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do. And then the things that you don't have to do by Miss Taylor, stop playing with me. I'm gonna call you right back. She's so silly. And the things that you don't have to do, don't do them.
Yeah.
That's how I start my day. What I must do, what I can do, and what I don't need to do.
Right.
And the things I may want to do them, but I don't need to, not today. That way I don't drive myself insane.
These are all good things, Your Honor.
Yeah, all good things. There you go. But sometimes good things can wait too.
Right, Your Honor.
There you go. All right, Mr. Griffin.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Petricola is doing very well. He's in phase 2 also of a 5-phase program. Testing, all tests been negative. Think he completed treatment, but he does have aftercare services. He did make a $200 payment the last time he was here to us. His cost and fees. He has to come through us to get the restricted license. Me and him has already discussed that. So when he's ready, we'll move forward with that. So we getting started on the things in phase 2, working on goals. One of the goals will be a restricted license, and then we'll work on some other goals that he want to work on, and I'll get started with the classes. But other than that, Your Honor, he's in compliance with your order.
All right, wonderful. Anything from any of the other team members as to Mr. Petricola?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Pastricola, for coming into the building this morning. I heard you made a payment. Thank you for that. Keep up the good work. Sounds like a good report. You're working the program. We're proud of what you're doing. Be proud of yourself and be safe, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And if I might add, Your Honor, Mr. Petricola, you're being consistent. You're just doing it again and again and again. That's great to see. And it's great that you're doing that. So we are proud of you, sir. Keep up the great work.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right, very good. Mr. Griffin, what's next?
Your Honor, Mr. Petricola will also have a face-to-face on September 30th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m.
All right, Mr. Petricola, did you get that?
I did.
All right, wonderful. It's good to see you today. You always come in, and it's always a pleasure to see you. I want to encourage you to keep up the great work that you're doing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, take care. I am thanking and excusing you at this time.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All right. Officer, the young lady who came into the courtroom, is that our new intake? Miss Rowe. All right, I'd like to get her set up, Miss Mack.
I'm gonna come down and get her, Your Honor, and have a drug test first,
Thank you.
and then
Okay.
I'll bring her back down to go into a breakout room.
Wonderful. Good morning to you, Miss Rowe. Glad that you are coming to join us. So Mr. Griffin will be down shortly, okay? All right, very good. I have up next, Mr. Thornton, you've got to get in some light for me. Did he say, You
Is that
ready,
better,
Mr. Thornton?
Is that better, Your
Yes, sir.
Honor?
Yes, sir, I can see you. All right, I have case numbers SP. Hold on one second. Yep, SP 134-247-52 and Z808-5571. Mr. Thornton, state your full name.
Raheem Thornton.
All right, give me 1 second. I forgot to put your other case number in my file. All right, very good. All right, Mr. Thornton, how are you today?
Tired, Your Honor. Just been working.
What you tired of, from working?
Yeah, been working real hard. 12-hour days. It's just been crazy.
Will it get better?
Yeah, I'm actually the team that I've been working with and whatnot, we actually like doing a relaunch for the restaurant because we were just catering, but now we're doing a relaunch for the restaurant. And it's been crazy because the owner of the company, she fired everybody and she brought in all new people. So
Oh, wow. And you're a part of the new people?
Yes, I really have to step up.
Okay. Do you mind sharing the name of the restaurant that's going to relaunch?
Yes, everything smoked.
Everything smoked?
Yeah, on 6 Mile and like between Hubble and Schaefer.
Okay, do y'all smoke vegetables and fish?
We could probably smoke some fish.
Then y'all not smoking everything, Mr. Thornton. All right. Make sure you drop that on the owner. Smoke some fish.
Okay,
Well,
well, I did buy one of these, Your Honor. I did buy one of these, though. I know
what'd you buy? Let me see. What is that?
It's a juicer.
Look at you, Mr. Thornton. You've been juicing.
Yes, ma'am.
I love it. I love it. Yes, sir. I juice on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Because it can be, but yours look like it's not a lot of work. Because sometimes it can be a lot of work to juice.
It's pretty simple.
All right. Look at you doing the healthy thing.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Very good. Mr. Thornton, we had a holiday. How did you do for that holiday? And what did you do?
I went through it with a breeze. Cranked up the grill, cooked some chicken on there. I did char some peppers though, char some peppers and stuff like that.
Okay, listen to you. All right.
Drunk some Kool-Aid.
What kind of Kool-Aid did you drink?
Grape and freshly squeezed lemonade.
All right, look at you. I love it. And wasn't it good and refreshing?
Yes, it is. I actually put some in the restaurant.
There you go. And then you could go to your screen, even if they called you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, and you knew you would be good, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I love it. I love it. All right, you heard the question this morning. I'm asking about reconnections and activities that you have added to your life since you've been with us. Have you had any?
It's in the process. It's in the process in the making. I mean, I had more reconnection. I believe with my, with my lady. You know, because she was getting into her new job, and I have been working a lot, and we haven't had a lot of time to be around each other. So we've been trying to make as much time for each other as possible and get everything situated and ready for the baby. So.
All right, because that baby is coming, ready or not.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know what you're having?
A little girl.
Oh my goodness, you better get ready then. You better get ready. You better get ready, sir. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you excited about starting Heat on November 1st?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'm excited for you. I want
And
you to go in with the
I actually went to the Lake Ridge. I actually went to the Lake Ridge yesterday and did my assessment over again and sat down, filled out all my paperwork, had a long talk with Miss Little, and I'll be back next week.
All right. Very good. Very good. Let's do it, Mr. Thornton.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's do it. You know you need the services, so let's do it. So you can be ready so that baby girl can get the best Raheem Thornton that ever lived. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me too. I'm gonna hear from Miss Cleveland. Miss Cleveland, what's going on with Mr. Thornton?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Thornton is reporting accurately. While he was instructed to call and make an appointment with at his last court hearing, he did that. However, they had to have an availability of Miss Little, so he wasn't actually able to go in and see and reconnect till yesterday. But that was not his fault. That was because they had to schedule an appointment for him. He understands and recognizes, based on the last hearing, that he has to be seen weekly by Lake Ridge Village until the heat program starts. He also was informed at the last hearing, Your Honor, that his work cannot interfere with his testing. nor can it interfere with his therapy, and that he would have to make arrangement. And based on our conversation, when I talked to Mr. Thornton, he said that he believes he can work this program the way it's supposed to be worked. Going forward, there will be no more missed screens, there will be no more missed meetings, and he will comply. Based on that assurance, Your Honor, and based on his complying with your court's orders, he is asking if he can have his scram tether removed because of the cost and his need to dedicate his resources the best he can to the upcoming blessed event and other things. So I would like to make a recommendation, Your Honor, for the removal of the scram tether with the understanding that any missed screens, which will remain 2 times random per week at jams, will result in that being placed back on him at his cost, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Thornton, you know that a tether doesn't keep you sober, right?
It does, no, it doesn't.
All right, so it's based on the decisions that you make. And so are you ready to decide that, listen, I'm going to make sure I go test and that I work my program?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, any objection to the removal of the alcohol tether?
No, Judge, no objections. Good report today. I concur with the recommendation to remove the tether. Thank you.
I also, Judge, concur with the recommendation to remove the tether. Seems like he's on track doing the right thing. And that's great, sir. It's great to see. Thank you, Judge.
All right, then with that, I am going to remove the tether. And Miss Cleveland, if you could arrange to have that done today, don't you remove it. We have to get it removed, okay? All right.
I ain't got that money for that.
All right, very good. So we'll get it removed. Let's work on doing that on today. And then Miss Cleveland, what's next for Mr. Thornton?
Thank you, Your Honor, and he is phase 1. So his next scheduled court date, he's getting outpatient services, will be on September 30th, 2022 at 8:45 a.m. I think that's what we.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Very good. Did you get that, Mr. Thornton?
September 30th, 8:35.
8:45. We have to push you all back a little bit for the people that are in our treatment centers to go first.
Okay.
Okay. So you all won't be sitting around waiting all morning.
Okay.
All right. All right. Wonderful. I want you to have a great weekend. Continue to make some good moves for yourself and for your family. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. You are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You guys have a nice day.
You too. Thank you. All right. Yes. You need a sidebar? Okay. Yes. And then Mr. Davis, you are next on deck. You all should know that Cody Hanna is not scheduled to return. What's that date, Miss?
9/23, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And then I think Mr. Akon is gonna come in. I had Terrence Bass's folder. He's not scheduled for today, is he?
No, Your Honor, he actually was seen, I think there was just a couple of.
I do have him down for face to face.
It's for face-to-face today, and then the next week is going to be his actual.
Okay, let me just put that one on the record real quick, because he's my only face to face today. 200-596-9901 for Terrence Bass.
Yes, Your Honor. I am scheduled to have a face-to-face with him. I will be contacting the court and apprising him of some things that are happening with him. Your Honor, nothing that would bring you, him before you as a violation, but he has been calling me the last couple of days and making requests. But I do want to talk to the court and the team about his request, Your Honor. And so he would be seen via Zoom on September 30th. 2022 at 8:45 a.m.
All right, very good. Thank you. All right, I need to do a sidebar with Mr. Griffin. So if you could turn off the thing for me. All right, Mr. Davis, can you get in a little more light for me? There you are. Now I can see you. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well. How are you this morning?
I'm pretty good. Yep.
That's good. Very good. Let me place your case number on the record. I have for Alfonso Davis Jr., case number 200-454-9002. State your name for me, Mr. Davis.
Alfonso Davis.
All
Jr.
right. All right. How are you today, Mr. Davis?
I'm great.
You doing great?
Yep.
All
Yes,
right.
I am.
How are they treating you at Lake Ridge?
Pretty good. They help. I think they helping me. I'm trying to find job training and work. So they on me about relapse prevention. So that's pretty good.
All right. Very good. That's all good.
Yep.
What'd you do for the holiday?
Nothing. I literally did nothing.
You got some rest?
Yeah, that's it.
That's about it? Hey,
Yeah.
that's a good thing. That's a good thing. All right. And so are you having any issues or anything that you need us to help you with? Uh-oh, Mr.
No.
Davis froze up on. What'd you say?
No, I don't have any. I don't have any. I don't have any issues.
None?
Nope.
All right, tell me something you've learned since go ahead.
I think I'm doing okay. I just made an appointment with Lincoln Behavior. I got to do that Wednesday, and I want to see where that's going to go. To help me figure out what they say my underlying issues and stuff like that. So I'm digging into that.
All right, good. That's good, Mr. Davis. That's good. That's the only way we get better is if we go deeper and look at the issues that may be causing some of the problems or concerns that we see manifesting in our everyday lives. So I applaud you for doing that, okay?
Okay.
All right, let me hear from Miss Cleveland. Miss Cleveland, what do you have from Mr. Davis?
Thank you, Your Honor. I was in communication with Mr. or Counselor Williams this morning, actually, and he's indicating that Mr. Davis is doing a wonderful job there, that he is getting good reports, that he is committed to his therapies that he is receiving there. He's committed to the program. They said that he has no behavioral issues whatsoever, and that he is quiet spoken and reflective, and they enjoy that he is focusing on himself. So that's the report I got this morning from Mr. Williams, Counselor Williams.
All right, did you hear that, Mr. Davis?
Yes.
You got a good report, and that made you smile. Look at you.
I didn't know they thought
you
that.
were doing. Yes, sir. Well, now you know. They think very highly of you. You're doing very well, and you're working your program. So that is awesome. That's absolutely awesome.
Your Honor, he's only been in our program for 25 days, so he's pretty much new to the program, but he's compliant with all the court's orders. So he's a phase 1 participant. I can have a next court date for him.
All right, let me get that next court date.
He is in residential, so he would be coming back via Zoom on September 30th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m., Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Davis, we are putting our individuals who are housed in our inpatient treatment, we're putting them on the docket first. So on September 30th, I need you to be here for 8:30 so that I can do your case first, okay?
Okay. Okay.
All right, very good. Let me hear from Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, do you all have anything?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Mr. Davis, you have a great attitude. You have a good report today. You're working the program. We know it's not easy, but you're doing a great job. We're proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself. You're in a good place over there at Lake Ridge. Keep up the good work, Mr. Davis, and be safe, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
If I could add, Your Honor, Mr. You are doing a great job. You're impressing other people who are around you. That's good to hear because that means that you're taking it seriously. You think a lot of yourself as well, to move forward, to be committed. Keep up the great work, sir. We're proud of you. Thank you, Junior.
Thank you very much.
All right. All right, Mr. Davis, you're in great shape. I want you to keep working hard, and I will see you in a couple of weeks, okay?
Okay. Okay.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. All right, are we ready on Ms. Williams Taylor?
Yes, Your Honor, and she was asking if possible, if she could not be streamed live on YouTube or to have a side.
Okay, so she could have a sidebar with me. Let's do that. Officer, if you could mute me, and then I'll do the sidebar. Before I do that, I'm sorry, before I do that, is Miss Taylor still on? Miss Taylor, are you still there?
And Your Honor, I did want to also mention that she went into breakout room with,
She's already been in with an attorney? Okay, wonderful. 7, 2, 6. All right, you can mute me. All right, Miss Mathis, I'm gonna have you turn your camera on, please. Miss Mathis, you need to report to 36th District Court on this morning. And so I need you to get here immediately. In addition, I need you to bring the police report number that you got when you filed that your car had been stolen from 36th District Court. Please make sure you bring that report number with you, okay? So I'll see you. I need you to get here before 10:30. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Now you can turn me off and I'll speak with Ms.
Mr. Griffin?
Yeah, if Miss Wilson can place us in a breakout room, you can go in there with her, and I'll leave her here for her to talk to you.
Okay, is Miss Rowe ready?
Yeah, she's ready.
Maybe I can get back into the breakout room. I think I can. I'm gonna go into it.
Miss Wilson is sending me an invitation, and I put her in.
Mr. Griffin, can you go back into one? She was already in one.
Oh, somebody was down here already? Okay. Yeah, thanks. I'm back in there.
Okay, thank you.
On too.
Oh, my G.
Sir? All right, I am ready on Mr. Aiken. I'm so happy to see Mr. Aiken today. His case was scheduled for yesterday. He didn't show up. He had his dates mixed up. But what I did know about Mr. Aiken is that he never missed court. He gave me his word that he was going to do this probation this time without any issues. And he's been doing that so far. And so instead of issuing a warrant, Mr. Fikens, I said, nope, let's do a wellness check and let's do some calls and find out where he is. And between Ms. McCall and whoever else helped out, I got a message that Mr. Aiken was fine. He had his dates mixed up. They asked if he could come in on Friday, and I said I would be so happy to see his little smiling face on a Friday. So I'm glad to see you this morning.
Thank you, ma'am. Sorry about that for so much. I had, appointment, this and that, sometimes, I thought we were going to see change there, right? So, she said 15 as well, so I've been, talking to my staff about it after, I told her we're trying to get your money, everything, insurance paper, how to get that, understanding all kind of information on that. And so I got kind of confused.
That's okay. We just glad that you found your way to us today. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Let me place your case number on the record. I have for Jimmy Lee Aiken, Z8080911. Miss McCall, place your appearance on the record first.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael McCall, on behalf of the probation department.
All right, good morning, Miss McCall, and then Mr. Aiken. State your name for me.
Mr. Jimmy L. Aiken.
All right, very good. I'm gonna ask you to speak right in that microphone for me, okay? All right, wonderful. All right, you've been okay, Mr. Aiken?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I'm staying focused. I'm doing what I got to do. So thank you all for that. Thank you for the outcome.
Yes, sir. You promised that you were gonna work it and you've been doing it. At least that's what Ms. McCall reported last time. Ms. McCall, what you have for me today?
I'm going to continue, Your Honor. Mr. Aiken.
Move your mic down just a little bit so Ms. Wilson can hear you.
Your Honor, Mr. Aiken was placed on probation on May 21st, 2021 for 1 year. He was ordered to pay $1,030 and assess fines and costs, attend and complete the Victims Impact Panel, as well as attending AA once per week, shall not use, possess any illegal substance, attend outpatient treatment until discharge in writing, submit to drug urinalysis, shall not consume any alcohol beverages, use the consequence video and the driving simulator class. Your Honor, Mr. Aiken last appeared on August 18, 2022, and at that time he was instructed to continue with all terms and conditions of probation. $825 in assessed fines and costs were taken off due to he completed 96 hours of community service. Mr. Aiken was also ordered to continue to pay towards his outstanding traffic tickets associated with ticket numbers 207, 212, 641, and 207, 230, 861. Continue with his didactic groups along with his AA and NA meetings. And he was ordered to make sure that he keeps his upcoming doctor's appointments. He had a case manager appointment on August 24th, 2022 with his therapist. And he had an appointment on September 14th, 2022 for his psychiatrist appointment, and continue with all screens as directed and appear in person on September 15th, 2022 at 10 o'clock. And on September 15th, 2022, the case was adjourned for today due to the fact that Mr. Aiken had got his dates mixed up. And he has completed the 96 hours of community service in lieu of the $825 in assessed fines and costs. He has provided verification of his appointment with his case manager, Mr. Jackson, at Detroit Central City. He has provided verification of his 12-step NA and AA meetings. He has been testing manually twice per week, and his screens has been negative. He screened today, and his test results were negative. And Mr. Aiken is continuing with his didactic groups under the supervision of Ms. Smith and Mr. Brooks. And he has paid on his traffic balance. His traffic balance now reflects $310. And he has a psychiatrist appointment scheduled for today. And in regards to the victims impact class, that class was placed on hold due to the fact that that class costs per the court. And at this time, Mr. Aiken is in compliance with his probation.
He is in compliance. What recommendations do you have for him today?
The probation department is recommending that he continues with his all terms and conditions of his probation and come back next month.
All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens?
Yes, Judge. Certainly, Mr. Aiken, that's a great report. You should be proud of yourself. You're in good hands with Ms. McCall helping you. Good work, sir. You can do this, and we are proud of you. Thank you, Judge.
Yes, Judge. I was in the breakout room. I just got back in, but I know Mr. Aiken, keep up the good work, sir. Stay on top of these medical issues that you have. It's always good to hear you and see you. Thank you, sir.
All right, Mr. Aiken, I want you to keep going. You're doing a great job. All right, you only have a little bit of money left to pay on his tickets, and none of that includes any penalties or interest or anything like that, right, Ms. McCall?
I have to check to make sure that there's not no penalties on there. These tickets are quite old, but I just know he has the balance of $310, but I will check to see if there's any penalties.
All right, I'm going to waive any penalties, any interest, anything punitive, so that all he's paying is what he owes, the actual amount, because I can't waive the ticket amount. Is there any more community service available that he can work?
Well,
Or are these civil infractions?
These are civil.
That's what happened. Okay, these are civil infractions. All right, so he's gonna have to get them paid. You're almost there. You started off with a big balance.
Man, so thank God for that. Do what I got to do, so I'll make some change on the ticket again.
Do it. Let's do it. All right, Mr. Aiken, you are in great shape. So proud of you. Keep up the great work. Mr. McCall, when do you have him coming back?
Good date in October for you.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Hold on. I need to give you a good date for you. Because October is something else. All right. I can do. October. What, do you have a certain day that you come to my court?
No.
Okay. Okay, very good. Then I will do Monday, October 17th, 2022, and I will keep him at 10 o'clock a.m. Okay? All right, we are all set. Thank you, Mr. Aiken. All right, good to see you. Be safe.
He was so concerned, Your Honor, about us being concerned about him.
Yes, I was concerned about him, because when I get to know people and what their patterns are, if they deviate, I don't automatically think they've done something wrong. I automatically think, wait a minute, something has happened and we need to help them. Yes, no, you were good. I didn't want to put you in a panic state. I'm like, no, I don't want him to panic. He can come tomorrow. Yes, sir. All right, thank you, Mr. McCall. You do the same. Thank you. All right. Let's see. There is a pre-trial for Mr. Ayler, so I need someone to go in a breakout room with Mr. Ayler. And is this Mr. Ayler? Does he have a number of matters? Mr. Ayler, is that why I had you come back today?
You had me come back because the attorney was driving. Remember, you told him that you was going to reschedule it to Friday. he was driving,
Retained.
and you didn't want him doing it.
Yes, so you have a retained attorney. I remember now. But I also need you to run Mr. Ayler because I thought Mr. Ayler's file had a lot of cases in it. I may have him mixed up with someone else, but let's just make sure. And if you could let Mr. Rosenthal know that we have a pretrial and the defendant is here. Call your attorney, let him know I'm running on schedule this morning, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, I thought he would have been out here. You told him 10 o'clock.
Oh, you gonna throw your attorney under the bus?
I mean, hey, he would have did me the same way. I'm telling you too. I'm on time.
Well, Mr. Ayler, this is what I'm gonna have you do. I'm gonna have you, because I ain't never had nobody say, well, I'm here, my attorney not. Get with him, Judge. All right, so Mr. Ayler. Mr. Ayler, I'm gonna have you call your attorney. I'm gonna do this intake, and then I'm ready for you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Mute yourself. All right, Mr. Griffin, are we ready on Ms. Rowe?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's make sure we get the stand cleaned off first. You did it already? All right, very good. One second. All right, I am ready. I have case number 2205-755-201. Ms. Rose, state your full name for me.
Shannon Antoinette Rowe.
All right, good morning, Ms. Rowe.
Good morning.
All right, I went off record. Let the record reflect that I did talk with Ms. Rowe. She's a referral from Judge Kevin Robbins. He referred her, I'm certain, to this program so that Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, the case that can be, or cases, I'm not sure how many, that can be dismissed, will be dismissed once she completes our program. I had some conversations with Ms. Rowe about a substance that she uses, and she is going to go to her doctor, and she's going to let her doctor know that she is in a specialty court and that she cannot utilize that substance, and she cannot utilize a narcotic, and she's going to have her doctor prescribe her something different to help her so that she's able to work and all of those good things. Does that sound like what we talked about?
Yes, I wasn't aware of the non-narcotic.
I know. That's why I shared that little story with you, how they sent all of those counselors, those social workers in when I refused to let them give my daughter a morphine drip. Yeah, they thought I was.
Yeah, I can't. It's just too strong for me. Even the low, I had them take me to the lowest dosages they had, which is 0.5 or something. I was still incoherent. I do nails. I couldn't even talk to my clients. I was falling asleep. I couldn't work like that.
So how quickly do you think you can get in with your doctor?
I will make an appointment when I leave here. I'm not sure. Usually they do it like the next week, or it'll probably I'll probably get an appointment next week or the week after.
Okay.
She's not usually backed up like that, so I should be able to get in.
All right, let's get in.
If I let her know it's for court, she'll.
All right, very good. And then Mr. Griffin, who's going to be the case manager assigned to you. Mr. Griffin, let's make sure we stay on top, and I know you will stay on top of, because I need some results back very quickly. Okay?
No problem.
All right. So now, Ms. Rowe, tell me a little bit about yourself. I know you told me you have 2 children. I think you said one is 3.
Well, yeah, she'll be 4 on the 21st.
of September?
Next month, yeah.
Oh, all right, very good. She's got a birthday coming up next week.
Mhm.
And then what about the 9-year-old?
So my 9-year-old, she's like a major teen, and she does a Girl Scouts. She's starting that next week. You know, school just started, so our programs are starting up. So my older baby, she's really active in everything.
In
So I have to take
everything.
her I'm like a soccer mom time you can, but it's just one of her. So the little baby, she's not into all this stuff yet.
Not yet.
Yeah,
All
my
right.
older daughter is very busy.
Okay, very good.
She keeps me busy, so.
That's good. Very good. Keep them active. They won't be afraid of hard work or challenges in life. There you go.
Yeah, so I own a salon in Oak Park. It's a nail salon. And I do like, well, actually now I'm taking a real estate class. I'm not sure how that's gonna work out, cause I just have a lot going on, just unsuspected errors and things like that, you know, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that right now, but I have like, car rental on Turo.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Like the car rental, Turo car rental.
Yes, Turo.
Yeah, so I just, got me a car to put on Turo. So
Look
haven't
at you.
Yeah, I haven't really had time to take pictures of it, and you know, you gotta do different stuff, so I haven't had time to actually put it on there, but I do have the vehicle. So I just got my license back though, so I couldn't put any cars on there because, you know, my license was taken.
Okay.
So the Secretary of State just sent me my license, I would say 2 weeks ago or something, a week ago.
So you have your license back
My
now?
license back. So, it's on the restriction though, but I can drive.
Okay.
I think I'm not even sure what the restriction is. It didn't say on the paper.
Okay.
But-
So we have 2 attorneys that are assigned to us. And so you want to make sure that you get with one of the attorneys to show them what you received as a restriction so that you're in compliance.
Okay.
Okay? We need you to be in compliance.
Yeah, but I do a lot of traveling. I have like a logistics job where we do sales, so I travel with that job. Since school has started, I'm only going on the weekends. Cause I can't go throughout the week. I used to go throughout the week when my fiance was alive, but I just have to tell them I can't travel anymore throughout the week because the kids in school, so I won't have a problem with driving. I let, Mr. Griffin know that if I did have to travel throughout the week, I would let him know beforehand, so he would.
Yes, if you're traveling out of the state, you have to get permission from the court.
Okay.
Okay, but it's not anything deep that you have to do.
Okay.
So, but if it's work related, and as long as you work in the program, shouldn't be an issue. When you're on probation, I've started to limit the recreational travel.
Yeah, okay. I
Okay.
understand that.
Okay, very good. What else do you want me to know about you?
I'm an entrepreneur. I'm just always trying to make money, and I have a lot of goals that I'm doing. I just really don't want to slow myself down with anything that's gonna get me in trouble. So whatever I need to do, that's what I'm gonna do.
All right.
I don't have any felonies. I don't want any.
That's right.
And that's about it.
All right, then that's very, very good. All right, Miss Griffin, what else would you like me to know about Miss Rowe?
Your Honor, like she said, she's a resident. She's living in Oak Park, Michigan at this time with her 2 children. She's a licensed manicurist as well, doing some other jobs. Like she said, she's an entrepreneur. She did attend college, so she has some college background. She did take the Needs Plus assessments here, which came back low criminal and low for supervision, but we will have her assessed. I did explain to her that she has to.
What about for need? What about for need?
They were low, Your Honor.
Okay.
Like she said, her driving license, we did take a look at that. They're restricted from August 9th to January the 5th of 2023. And the restrictions are may drive to and from residence, place of during employment, treatment and support group meetings, regular scheduled treatment for serious medical conditions, probation, community service, to school, must carry proof of destinations and hours, should not drive a vehicle requiring a commercial driver's license. So Mr. Reed did have an opportunity to look at that. So this is her first drinking and driving offense, Your Honor. Other than that, she does have the support of some family members. So, man, Ms. Rowe had an opportunity to have some good conversation. So I think she'll be a good candidate for this program. I think the speech and stuff that you said to her, that opened her eyes and enlightened her that it is other ways to manage pain medication where a lot of people don't realize that is different. So she will look into that. She says she's not a quitter. She says she knows she can do the program. So, and like you stated, and I told her also, we look forward to working with her. She's got to let us know what's going on so we can help her. But other than that, I think she'll be a good candidate. She just has a lot on her plate at this time, losing her fiance and with the kids. So I think grief counseling would be great as part of her treatment, just to deal with that. And other than that, Your Honor, I'd like to recommend her as a candidate for to come into our sobriety court program on today.
All right, very good. Ms. Rowe, you had an opportunity to speak with an attorney, is that correct? Is that yes?
Yes.
Are you satisfied that he answered all of your questions?
Yes.
All right, very good. Let me hear from the attorney, Mr. Reed.
Yes, Judge, thank you.
And wait a minute, Mr. Reed, she said something about you. Hold on, what'd you say?
We're alumni, we went to the same, well, he went to the graduate college, I went to Wayne State, he graduated from Wayne State Law School.
Oh, okay, all right. All right, Mr. Reed, go ahead.
I didn't hear what she said. Did she say something bad about me, Judge? I didn't hear what she said.
No, she said, that's what I was listening for. But she said that you all both went to Wayne State. You went to the law school, she did the undergraduate.
Yes, Judge, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to the young lady. We did kind of bond a bit because she has a degree, a bachelor's degree from Wayne State undergrad, and I was telling her about my law school years at Wayne State, but that was before she was born. So I just wanted to tell her I was changed a bit. I was in law school 50 years ago, so
yeah.
Judge, she was a pleasant lady to talk to, is a pleasant lady to talk to. We went over the court's order. We talked about testing, counseling. We talked about community service, paying money. We talked about the fact that no drugs, no alcohol, no narcotics. We talked about not leaving the state of Michigan without permission of the court. We also talked about the court's ability to amend the order, to change the order. She understands she will get a written copy, and any changes she'll be notified. Judge, she is eligible to participate under Michigan law. I enjoyed talking to her. She was very respectful and courteous, very nice young lady, and I'm recommending her participation in drug treatment court. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Now, based on the discussions that you've had with Mr. Griffin and Attorney Reed, do you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am.
No questions? All right, very good. And so, Mr. Griffin, you didn't find that she was a violent offender or a substantial threat to the public, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. Put lane check and put JIS check, no substantial. And Judge, she does have some other tickets. Miss Mack did have the opportunity to run, and I think she has some traffic matters here at 36th District Court that I don't think they've been resolved yet.
All right, are they in warrant status, Miss Mack?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so then, once you start working the program, do we have future dates for them? Are they far in advance? What are we working with? Once you start working the program, we'll have our attorneys work with our prosecutor that's assigned to our courtroom to see what we can do about those tickets.
They're actually scheduled with Judge Evans today at 1:30.
Oh, really?
What are they scheduled for?
An arraignment.
All right, can we arraign her today on those?
Yes, Judge.
Can we get Judge Evans on the phone? So I can ask her if I can take those cases so you don't have to come back at 1:30.
Okay, I didn't know anything about it, honestly.
Well, I'm glad, see, that's why I'm glad we checked. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
About that court date.
And weekend warrants are just not good warrants to have. They just not. All right, let's see if we can get Judge Evans on. She's new to our bench and I don't want to take a case without asking her. Giving her the opportunity to say yay or nay. All right, while she's doing that, you can't think of nothing, anything?
No.
No. All right, so the program starts today.
Okay.
They have to get you set up for testing today, Mr. Griffin. She's already tested for today, so you don't have to test again today.
Okay.
And the test results were negative. Is that correct, Mr. Griffin?
Positive for marijuana, Your Honor.
Got it. All right. So we know what we're doing about that. And so you'll start testing, call every day. Don't try to count your tests. It never
So I
works.
have to like call in the morning every day?
Call as early as possible so
Okay.
that you can go as early as possible. Because with us still being in a pandemic, some people, they're changing their hours. They might close early, they may have staffing issues, and that's not an excuse. When your color drops, you've got to test.
So I can go to multiple locations, it's not just one location, is it?
Mr. Griffin, is that right?
Right.
She can go to
Yeah,
multiple
I'm gonna give her all the
locations,
locations, Your Honor. Yup, I got a sheet for her.
Okay.
So when I come back down there, I explain the morning and the afternoon testing. So yeah, but it's multiple locations.
right? Miss Taylor? But is she testing at JAMS?
Yes, Your Honor.
I would just recommend you always get a receipt, because I've got that issue, you don't go to the one you're assigned to. Sometimes it's the issue with your results, so if you go to a different location, always make the receipt.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so get a receipt, get a receipt, get a receipt. All right, very good. Thank you, Miss Taylor.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor.
All right, very good. All right, Miss Mack, what do you have? Were you able to get Judge?
No, I had no answer in the court.
All right, so I'm gonna take a chance. How many cases is it?
Just 3.
All right, read those case numbers into the record for me.
Yes, SP 129-82901, SP 129-82902, and SP 135-31341.
All right, very good. I am going to, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, for purposes of arraignment, would you like to enter a not guilty plea for your client and set those for pretrial for her next date?
Yes, Judge, for purposes of arraignment, my client would stand mute, waive formal reading, ask the court to enter a not guilty plea, and set them for the next appropriate court date, Your Honor.
All right, so pretrial, we'll get a date. That'll be her next court date. So everything's gonna be together. Miss Mack, in the ROA, could you please make sure that it indicates that she was accepted into specialty court on today and was arraigned on outstanding matters? So that they know and she won't get a capias. All right, very good. And so her pretrial date, along with her review date for the matter that's before me, Mr. Griffin, what is that date?
Your Honor, we'll bring her back in 2 weeks. So that'll be September 30th on Zoom at 8:45 a.m.
All right, so that'll be on Zoom, 8:45 a.m. When you come back, I want you to make sure that you have been doing your testing, you've taken care of the issue with your doctor, and that you have connected with Mr. Griffin. We're gonna talk about, I want her to get an assessment, but if it comes back the same way that the tool did for us, then we're gonna talk about what that looks like for her, okay?
Okay,
We'll
Your Honor.
probably connect her with Lake Ridge,
Okay.
okay? All right, very good. All right, any questions?
No. thank you
See,
so
that
much,
was
Ms.
painless,
Holmes. I
wasn't
appreciate
it?
you. Mhm.
All right, thank you for listening. All right, I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
All right, take
Until
care.
I'll be
Oh,
down there,
Miss-
Your Honor. Yeah, I need to come down and talk to her.
Wait for Mr. Griffin just for a moment. All right, Mr. Ayler, your attorney hasn't made it in yet, or has he? Okay, I think I see an
Yes,
attorney
he did.
on.
Yeah, he
All right, attorney,
I'm here. I already talked to the prosecutor.
can you turn on your camera for me? Good morning, counsel.
Yes, good morning.
Are you ready to go forward?
Yes.
Wonderful. Oh, okay. So your client, I don't know if the attorney told you, but your client has several civil infractions that are in default. And so he will have to be able to get all of those paid before I can clear him at 36th District Court, okay?
Several civil infractions. Okay.
Yes.
Can we have the case
several.
numbers for those so I can look them up, or?
You know what? I'm gonna have my clerk send you over the sheet, but first, I don't see on here the matters that are on my docket.
It's 3
Am I just
misdemeanors.
overlooking them? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong person. I'm sorry. You're right. 3-5.
Except for that first one's not on, that one's a warrant stat, on the summary.
Oh, this one is in warrant status, so he has a matter in warrant status.
Which
And
one is
then
that?
the other ones are, he has a case number SP 131-90571, driving while license suspended.
That's warrant.
That's a warrant.
I found some things online yesterday, but I didn't get that much detail. So go
Okay,
ahead.
that one is a warrant. And then he has the 3 matters that are on today, and then counsel, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 civil infractions that are outstanding.
And then he has 3 matters today. So
Yes, sir.
obviously we would ask you to set aside the warrant. Put it together with the put it together with the 3 that are today, that I think they're all from the same date of occurrence. I'm getting discovery on those. I believe I already just requested the prosecutor. I would ask that we either set for another pretrial or set it down for trial, bench trial.
Okay, what type of trial are you requesting, counsel?
Bench trial is fine.
A bench trial. All right, and you've explained to your client his right to a jury trial?
Yes.
All right. All right, very good. And so with respect to the 3 matters that are on the record today, SP 135-32231, SP 135-35071, and SP 135-35291, I am going to set these matters for a bench trial. I'm also going to set for bench trial case number SP 131-90571. I'm setting aside the warrant in that matter, and I'll include that with the bench trial. And so the bench trial will take place on, let's do October 14th, 2022, and that is going to be at 10:45 a.m. And then counsel, again, those civil infractions will have to be resolved before he's able to get any dismissals here at 36th District Court.
Okay. That week is not
All
good
right.
because I have another trial. I have another trial that week, and I stretch in federal and not federal in Frank Murphy.
Okay, what about the 17th, counsel?
Yes, let's do the 17th for now.
Okay, that works for me as well. So we'll do Monday, October 17th, 2022, and that will still be at 10:45 a.m.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Ayler.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Miss. And I didn't read it out loud. Do I need to wait?
If you can.
Okay, I'll wait.
Okay.
All right, Miss Mack needs a quick break, and I'll call my last case, our last couple of cases. So you can mute me and actually turn the camera while she's. Miss Oh, but when she states her name.
Number 200-579-1901 and 204-857381.
All right, we can turn the camera. Ms. Mathis, I need you to state your full name for the record.
You know. No. Mahogany Mathis.
All right, thank you, Ms. Mathis. I also have present the prosecutor for the people.
Good morning, Sydney Rogers for the people, P2072.
Thank you. Also on behalf of the specialty court.
Jasmine Taylor, specialty court case manager.
All right, thank you. And then I also have some officers present, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens from the building, some of our law enforcement staff. I'm gonna start, place your name on the record. Let's get the camera to the podium, yes. 1 second, give them a second. We're not that good with this camera thing.
It's fun.
No, it's all of us.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, there we go. Just keep it there, then the other officer.
Lieutenant Miller.
All right, Lieutenant Miller, thank you.
Inspector Joseph Savage.
Can you step into the camera, please, and state in the mic?
There we go. Inspector Joseph Savage.
Last name again?
Savage.
Savage.
Okay.
Right. Okay. All right, very good. Thank you. All right, Ms. Taylor. I need to give a brief synopsis to Mr. Reed and Mr. Fikens, who are both looking confused right now. On Wednesday, I had Mahogany Mathis here in my courtroom. She is a part of specialty court. Ms. Mathis was in my courtroom. I believe she reported at 8:35 or shortly thereafter because she had 2 positive screens. The first positive screen for alcohol was sent out for a confirmation. It was confirmed as alcohol. She denied use. The second positive screen that she received was the day that she was brought into the courtroom on Wednesday. She was tested here at the court, and that is on Wednesday, September 14th. She was tested here at the court, and her screen came back positive. Ms. Mathis was placed in the box, and she was asked to talk to us or to let us know what was going on, at which time throughout the day, she gave us different scenarios as to why she was testing positive, but never admitted that she had drank alcohol. There was an event that, well, I'll come back to that. Let me finish in the courtroom. So at the end of the day, I had a very long docket on Wednesday. By the time I finished my docket and was able to get to Ms. Mathis' case, Ms. Mathis, part of her sanction was that she was to get an alcohol tether on that day and that she was to return to court on Monday, September the 19th at 8:35 a.m. Because of Ms. Mathis's dishonesty, I was sending her to the Wayne County Jail. She indicated to this court that she had 2 jobs. I asked her for her day off. She said she did not have any days off. And so I was trying to work with her so that I would not interfere with her employment. Let the record reflect that she was not going to go to the Wayne County Jail for drinking. She was going to go to the Wayne County Jail for being untruthful. I must also state for the record that on Wednesday, September 14th, Ms. Mathis was less than respectful with this court. And I understood her frustration. I understood that she had been sitting all day, and I am allowing that, and well, I'm gonna say I was allowing that to count as one of the days that she would have spent at the Wayne County Jail, just here in the courtroom, sitting in the box all day, because it was an all-day event. And so now I'm going to fast forward. On Wednesday, when I left the building, I noticed an interaction between Miss Mathis and Detective Savage. I saw Miss Mathis, and she was the same Miss Mathis with the same attitude that she had when she was in my courtroom. I exited the courthouse out of the front door on that day, escorted by Officer White. I decided not to interfere because of how Miss Mathis had been disrespectful in my courtroom. I felt like if she gave the officers a hard time, that she would ultimately end up going to jail. I later learned through Chief Lewis received a phone call that there was a fiasco regarding Ms. Mathis and her car keys. It's my understanding that Ms. Mathis attempted to enter this courthouse with something on her car keys that was a violation of our security protocol. And so instead of having her disconnected, throw it away, or what have you, there was some arrangement made where her keys would be held because she could not bring that object into the courtroom. And so that was the appropriate protocol. At some point throughout the day, and I'm giving you my understanding, at some point throughout the day, Ms. Mathis requested that someone be allowed to retrieve her car keys so that her car could be picked up because she thought that she was going to jail. That's my understanding. You all can clear that up for me, but that was my understanding. I was then notified that Ms. Mathis indicated that she had filed a police report because her car had been stolen from 36th District Court, and that several attempts was made to reach out to Ms. Mathis to find out what's going on, to get information, because of course that would be alarming to us if her car was stolen from 36th District Court because a security officer gave someone the keys to her car during the business day and they would just know where to go exactly to Ms. Mathis' car. And so there was a lot of calling and back and forth, and Ms. Mathis kept indicating to the individual from the security team that was calling her that she was busy, she could not talk, but she had filed a police report. So on today, I requested, because I received notification from Ms. Taylor that Ms. Mathis indicated that she could not come in on Monday, which she thought she was going to disregard my order. I'm gonna just say this in my mind. I'm not gonna say this out loud. And so she thought she would disregard my order. And so I indicated, Ms. Mathis showed up on my screen in my virtual courtroom this morning, and I ordered Ms. Mathis to come into the courthouse because certainly she's gonna go to the Wayne County Jail. And since she can't go Monday, then I'm going to do my hearing with the prosecutor so the prosecutor can understand and defense counsel can understand why that's my recommendation, that she goes to the Wayne County Jail. But I asked Ms. Matthews on today through Ms. Taylor to please bring in the police report number wherein she reported that her car had been stolen at 36th District Court as she communicated on yesterday. And it's my understanding there is no police report number. That's my understanding, Ms. Mathis. I'm gonna start with you. What do you want to tell me?
Okay, number one, I had no disregard for the court. I was gonna show up on Monday. I just asked that I could go to work. Number two, I never authorized, I only spoke with that officer over there. I don't want to point.
Officer Lott?
Officer Lott, I asked him before because I thought I was going to jail. I asked him, would I be able to call someone to let them know to come and get my vehicle? And Officer Lott, did I give you a name, or did I tell you a time, or did I ever say anything about it ever again after I asked you for one time? No. Okay. So I never gave him a time, never gave him a person's name, never told him anything else after I said, will I be able to call someone to come and get my car? He said, yes. He let me know. I said, okay. Never told him a time, never asked if you want to come get my car because you let me go. After we got out of court, I walked to the desk to go and get my car keys. They said they're not there. So they were looking around, scrambling around for my keys that they told me I could leave at the front desk. Number one, I would have walked back to my car and took the keychain back to my car. I didn't have to leave it at the desk, but he was adamant about me leaving my keys at the desk. So I said, okay, no problem. I don't want to be late for court. So I just let him keep the keys. Okay. So after court, like I said, after court, I went to the front desk. They couldn't find the keys. No one knew where the keys were. No one said anything. It's now 5 o'clock. So no one's saying anything about my keys or where they were until about another 20 minutes saying that they gave them to a sister. I don't have a sister. So I never authorized anybody to give away my keys. The courtroom is right next to
to the security booth. So if somebody walked in here asking.
So
for
Ms. Mathis, who did your keys go to?
apparently my cousin came up here and got.
How did your cousin know to come up and get your keys?
My whole family know I had court today.
How did your cousin know to come up here? Okay, you had court. How would your cousin know?
I told them that I was going to jail.
How did you know you were going to jail? Nobody had made a decision about jail. We had not had any discussion. All day, I kept saying, Ms. Mathis, I'm not gonna believe your story that you didn't test, you drank some NyQuil or whatever you were trying to tell me on that occasion, and that's why you tested positive. You did not know you were going to jail until at 4 o'clock plus, because it was after 4, I think, when I called your case.
No, it was before 12 o'clock when you walked back to that room before you went to your second training. You said you're gonna get 30 days.
No, Ms. Mathis, you're not telling the truth, and I can get my court reporter to read the record. I did not tell you you were getting, what I said to you is that if I send that second test out for confirmation, and you know confirmation takes 7 days, because we done been around the mulberry bush with this at least 2, 3, 5 times. You know confirmations take 7 days. I'm not doing anything without a confirmation. What I said to you is if that second confirmation comes back positive for alcohol, I'm going to send you to jail for 30 days. No, ma'am. Okay. That's what I said to you. So at that time, you did not know that you were going to jail because I didn't have a confirmation. There was no way I could get a confirmation on that second specimen.
Okay. Like I said, all I heard was you're going to jail. So
No, that ain't all you heard, because that's exactly, those were my exact words. And I said it more than one time. If that second confirmation comes back positive and you have sat here and wasted my time and Miss Taylor's time, you're going to jail for 30 days. That is what I said to you. How did your cousin know to come get your keys when you did not know that you were going to jail? You were sitting in a box. Nobody handcuffed you. As a matter of fact, my officer didn't even go to lunch because they didn't even take you to the back to lock up. How did you know that you were going to jail? So much so that your cousin knew to come down at whatever time as opposed to in the morning. Since you didn't talk to nobody. Come on, tell me that.
Okay, again, like I said, I misunderstood you. So that was at 12 o'clock. Apparently she came and got my car then.
How did she know to come get your car?
If I told her I was going to jail, then that's why she came and got it.
No, when did you tell her you were going to jail?
At 12 o'clock.
Nobody told you you were going to jail at 12 o'clock.
I misunderstood.
So you sent somebody up here to get your car, right?
No, I did not. She never told me she was coming to get it. I never told her that I was confirmed to go to jail. I just told her.
Okay, thank you. So your cousin came, got your car and moved your car, right?
Correct.
So for the record, your car was not stolen from 36th District Court, right? Right?
Correct.
And did you file a police report?
No.
Okay, so why did you tell them you filed a police report?
Because I was annoyed. I'm telling the truth.
So you told the officers that somebody stole your car. You knew that you had called your cousin at 12 o'clock and said, I'm going to jail, even though the judge had not sent you to jail. You knew that you called your cousin and told your cousin that you were going to jail at 12 o'clock, even though your case wasn't called until 4 o'clock plus. And you knew that there was a high likelihood that your cousin may have come up here to get your keys because you called her and told her you were going to jail. You knew that, right? I mean, come on, now we gonna act like, ugh. You knew that. You knew that there was a high likelihood that it was your cousin that came and got your car, right? That out of all the cars that's downtown and everywhere else in the city of Detroit that could have been stolen, you knew that, baby, before I start accusing people of my car's being stolen, y'all did something wrong, y'all done caused loss to me or harm to me. You knew, well, wait a minute, let me call my same cousin that I called at 12 o'clock when I didn't know that I was going to jail. And I told her to come and get my car. Let me call that same cousin first before I clown up in here. Let me call her first and say, cousin, did you come get my car? I'm gonna need you to come bring my car back. You never thought about that, did you?
No, I did not.
All right, thank you. Anything you all want to say to me? I think she done said everything I needed to hear. And I've made a record that her car was not stolen. Go ahead. Get in the mic for me so the court reporter, because I need a transcript of this right here.
Myself and project manager, Donovan Lewis, reviewed the cameras on that Wednesday evening. We saw the car, we saw her cousin, young lady that came in. We told her she was her sister. She described it to her, she gave me her name. You know, so I keys. We viewed that camera footage. That same young lady rode up here on the bicycle, came into the building, talked to me, talked to first, there were keys. She got on the back on the bike, started hitting, I guess, the panic button to find out where the car was, got into the car with the bike and drove up. Then we later found out yesterday, reviewing the footage again, that this young lady came back up here on our cameras. It says 4:35, roughly about 4:35 p.m. Pulled up in front of the courthouse, got out of the car, got into the passenger seat of the car, and Miss Mathis walks out of the building, jumps in the car, pull off.
And the phone calls that came to you subsequent, you already knew you had possession of your car, right?
Correct.
And you knew that your cousin had your car, right?
Correct.
And then you told them you filed a police report and would not talk to them, or said you were busy. I won't say you wouldn't talk to them, but said you were busy. You had things going on. Is that right?
Correct.
All right, thank you. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, Attorney Rogers, anything else you all want from the security staff? Because I would like to release them.
Nothing further from the people.
No, Your Honor.
No, Judge.
All right, thank you all. I appreciate you coming. All right. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, Ms. Mathis has had 2 positive alcohol screens. Two positive alcohol screens. She has admitted to drinking after she sat an entire day. And so I want to hear from the parties as to recommendations as to Ms. Mathis.
Judge, Ms. Mathis is in the Wednesday specialty court for a reason. I'm not familiar with her. I'm not familiar with the case, but I heard the court indicate that she has had a couple of positive alcohols. I hope that she would admit that she does have a problem and she does need help. If not hearing that, it's not the first time that many of our participants have been in denial. Some sanction is necessary. I don't want to see her go to jail. Maybe an alcohol tether or sober link or something like that would suffice.
Does she have the alcohol tether? She has an alcohol tether.
She has the tether. Well, maybe she should have another evaluation or something. Maybe she needs more help than she recognizes that she does need. Some alternative to incarceration is what I'm looking at, Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. Reed. From the people?
Yes, thank you, Judge. On Wednesday, I asked this court for 4 days in custody due to the defendant's 2 positive screens. The second one, we didn't need a confirmation. I think she did admit to the court late on Wednesday that she was drinking. I renewed that request, and I also want to remind the defendant that supplying false information to a city employee is a misdemeanor offense, and so is filing a false police report. I'm not asking for any additional days based on that. I'm just renewing my request for 4 days.
All right, thank you. Ms. Taylor?
I do want to again put on the record that Ms. Mathis did obtain the scram alcohol tether. She does state that, of course, she does not want to go to jail. She may need some additional resources. I do know that the request for jail was put out there because she was dishonest with the court. So I would have to confer with the prosecutor, but I would recommend that if she goes to jail once dismissed, we can look at, like a reassessment and additional services related to alcohol use.
All right, thank you. Ms. Mathis?
Yes, ma'am, I would like to say again that I just got fired from both of my jobs yesterday, for missing too many days from going to court and going to go test. So I have just got fired.
You come to court virtual, so, okay, go ahead.
I've been in court multiple times, actually.
And why do you come to court multiple times?
Because I tested positive.
Yes, ma'am. So that's on you.
I understand that.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's why
Okay, I just want to make sure my record is clear. It's not like I'm summoning you to come to court in person. I give you the opportunity to do virtual. That is a privilege to do virtual. If you're not doing what you're supposed to do, then I do have people come in person. So if you've come multiple times and you have, it's because of things that you've done.
I understand that.
Okay.
I wasn't never faulted in court for what was going on.
It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Okay, so, again, like I said, I have things going on with my mother that I need to be a part of. And I also just received a new email to go to work on Monday. So I'm not saying that I wasn't gonna show up to court. I was just asking that I would be allowed to get my new job so I can pay my bills and things of that nature. And this is like, I'm paying a lot of stuff that I have going on. I'm paying for my mom's, medical expenses.
How are you paying for your mom's medical expenses and you're not working? Because that's the other thing. I'm gonna do it, and I need you all to know, I'm going to do an evidentiary hearing of her earnings and her expenses, because we have been footing all of the bills for Miss Mathis, and I won't continue to do that. I won't continue to do it. No, I won't. So I need you to put that on, I want an evidentiary hearing, and I need to schedule that within the next 2 weeks. I want to see documentation, the original documentation. So, well, go ahead, you may finish.
Okay, so that's what I was saying before. I have a new job that I'm trying to start and, get my living arrangements in order. And so I would just ask the judge and the court and the prosecutor to give me another chance to show that, I'm trying here, I'm trying to do my best. And
Tell me, what are you doing to try, Miss Mathis? You had 2 positive screens. You set yourself up yesterday to be here all day. Had you just told the truth, you would have been gone yesterday. Just like the young lady that was in here this morning, just like somebody else that was in here, I think, earlier this week. You would have been gone.
as I informed you, I was scared because I didn't want to have any penalties against me. I understand that that's a penalty, so I just was scared. And so that's what I told the court. I wasn't lying about that. So like, I'm trying here, like, I'm trying to get my life in order. I mean, like, I don't know what else to do, like, I'm at a standstill here, like, I can take more classes. I mean, like, not take more classes, but take AA classes for my problem, and, stay on the alcohol tether for the rest of my time. Third in the program,
Well, your time just got extended because you've got to have 60 days, is it 60? Clean to be eligible to complete.
I understand that, so I'm saying, can I stay on the tether for the duration of my time?
No, because remember, you don't have money to do anything, and I'm not paying for a tether for 2 months. I'm not doing that.
Okay,
No.
I will foot the bill on my own, is what I'm saying. I can pay for myself or for the next 30 days or something of that matter.
Well, you may have to do that too. No, you are gonna have to do that. You're gonna be on that alcohol tether and you are going to pay for it. So please note that we are not paying for her alcohol tether. You won't be on it for 90 days, but we're not gonna pay for it. You're gonna have to come up with the money for it. Ms. Mathis, you have put yourself in a really bad position. You really have. You really, really have. I want you to start your job on Monday, which is why I brought you in here today. But Ms. Reed, Mr. Ficus, I'm going to keep her for today. I am. I'm going to keep her. I'm trying to work with you, but that havoc that you wreaked on yesterday, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I was totally confused, honestly.
No, you weren't, because I just went through it and I wasn't confused at all, and neither were you. You knew that you placed the call to your cousin, Miss Mathis. You knew that you asked her to come pick up your car. You knew that when you went out there and they said, we can't find your keys, that the first call you should have made was to your cousin, which at some point you did because she came back and got you. Miss Mathis, you wreaked complete havoc from Wednesday to yesterday. I think my last conversation I had about that was this morning. I had to talk to the director of probation about it. Because when someone makes an allegation that their car has been stolen, that, I mean, heads gotta roll. I'm like, well, who in the world did who in the what? And they should not be here. You wreaked all of that havoc when you knew that you had called your cousin to come get that car. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. And you also knew that you were here, not because of anything the people out there did, not because of anything Officer Locke did, not because of anything I did or Miss Taylor. You were here because of you. And you just wreaked havoc in this building on yesterday.
I understand, so I'm just saying, like, I need some help. I got anger issues, I got, problems with alcohol, and I just need some help. And instead of sending to jail, I would just ask that this court give me some help. That's all I'm saying.
And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give you some help. But what I am going to do, I'm going to detain her for today. She'll be detained here at 36th District Court. And then she needs to be reassessed. I don't know if we can set up a reassessment by phone on today, but she needs to be reassessed. I understand you start a new job, but you said it, you need help. And so in order to be able to keep a job, you've got to get the help that you need, Ms. Mathis. And so I'm expecting you, whatever that reassessment says, she has to do it. You have to do it. Because there is an issue. I'm going to keep the alcohol tether on, and she's going to incur the cost of it. I'm not going to keep it on for the additional 60 or whatever days she has to have clean, but she's gonna pay for it for as long as I keep it on. And so, officer, I'll need her to be detained today. She'll be released at 4 o'clock. That's the best I can do. All right. And then she has a return to court date already?
This is Monday, and then.
I'm taking it off for Monday. She'll be able to go to work Monday.
You want her original date?
I'm sorry. They'll arrange for you to make a call, okay? I'm sorry. What's the return to court date?
You want the original date?
Yes, not Monday.
So her original face-to-face would have been September 24th, 2022 at 10:35.
All right, let's put her on for 8:45 that day.
Okay. You said September 24th? Okay.
Yeah, and make sure you communicate that. I need her to get reassessed. Thank you for coming down.
Oh, yes, thanks, Church.
Can you call for them to take her to the back? Because I don't want,
Yes, ma'am.
I only want to look at
I
her.
was just trying to find out whether or not Ms. Taylor needed access to.
Oh, that's right, because I asked about reassessment. Mr. Yancey, Mr. Griffin, y'all better be sitting in my courtroom for good news. Oh, I see them shaking their head no on a Friday, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fivers. All right.
What do you want? You want her to get on her
No, who's her there? Can she be reassessed by Ms. Griffin? Call Ms. Griffin, see if she can reassess her. Let's get her, and we'll take her in there to get reassessed, and then I want her to go to lockup. She need to go sit. Yeah. Because they're gonna let her go in the morning. She's not gonna be there. So that's the same thing as detaining her today. Yeah, but I swear she said one smart word to me.
You want her back there until 4 o'clock?
Yes, and I need to write that up in the ROA, Miss Mac, because you all need something to write. and then see if Miss Griffin can reassess her. Does she have her cell phone?
Yes, she does.
So she can call her own
I
mom.
told her, wait about 5 minutes, and then I told her she could go ahead and make the call, because I wanted to find out first.
Yeah.
What you would do.
And can you call Miss Griffin to see if she can reassess it? And if she can reassess it on her cell phone, right?
Yeah.
She don't have to be in the conference room because she's coughing. And so,
See, that's why I come down.
but she thinking. I ain't thinking about Miss Griffin. I know, but when she was on the screen.
Strep, and I always catch that.
I am back on the record, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikes. I'm gonna close out the docket. Unless Mr. Griffin and Mr. Yancey, y'all have something for the docket today? Okay, give me a second. I'm closing out. I have the following matters for Karina Coleman, SP 1201399, counts 1, 2, and 3. SP 1201434, counts 1 and 2. Z 8083371 and Z 3903346. Miss Karina Coleman is a part of our mental health court docket. Ms. Coleman was due to come in on Wednesday. She's having some issues, Mr. Reed and Mr. Fikens. She could not come on Wednesday. And so that I did not put her in a bad situation. I agreed that she could come in on Friday today. I ordered her to come in at 8:35 on this morning. It is now 11:15 a.m. Ms. Taylor, her case manager, has informed me that she has made several calls to her on yesterday as well as on today to just keep reminding her, you know, you have to come in on Friday, and she has not been able to make contact with her. And so a CAFIUS will issue. The bond will be set at $5,000, cash or surety. And then I'm going to order a wellness check for Ms. Karina Coleman because I want to make sure she hasn't spiraled.
Yes, Judge.
That's
No objection.
And it's for each case, $5,000 cash or surety. Thank you. Okay? All
Yes,
right,
Judge.
thank you. And then I'm ready for the 10:30 docket. Give me 1 second. You okay? Mhm. let's do it. I'm ready to call the remainder of the docket. I have for Abram Andrews, SP 126-87981. Did Mr. Andrews pay?
No, ma'am.
He did not pay. It was limited access 6 to 10. I'm going to reinstate the original charge and enter a default judgment. I have for Mr. Andrews, SP 126-88031. Did he pay?
No, ma'am.
That is for operating without a license. What is the amount? He pled guilty to it. What is the amount owed?
$250.
KPS will issue, the bond will be set at $250 cash or surety. For Mr. Abrams, I have case number SP 126-8798. Count 2 is no registration. KPS will issue, and that will be a personal bond. And then for count 3 for Mr. Andrews, that is a seatbelt violation. A default judgment will be entered. I have for Brandon Arendt, case number, I'm going to go down to SP 128-01361. Did he pay?
Yes.
Wonderful. We will close that particular matter. And then for counts 2 and 3, as to Mr. Arendt, those matters are dismissed without prejudice.
Correct.
Did I miss anything on the docket today?
Judge, I would only point out that with Mr. Andrews, that no registration ticket is a civil infraction, not a.
Oh,
not a-
I'm sorry. All right, that will be a default judgment. Thank you, Mr. Fikens. That will be a default judgment. All right, very good. Then we are in great shape. I do need Monday and Tuesdays. I actually need the whole week's docket.
Judge, can we get the whole week also? Thank you.
No.
Ms. Mack over here talking much smack. Ms. Mack is talking smack.
Yes, I'll send it out in a moment, very shortly, I'll send it to you.
Thank you, Ms. Mack. We appreciate you.
Yes, you're welcome, Mr. Fikens and Mr. Reed, you too.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. I will, Mr. Yancey, you need to see me? All right, Mr. Yancey, come on. And then I think, am I good on the record, Mr. Yancey? I'm good for the record? Oh, okay. Mr. Yancey hesitating, so he's scaring me.